Hey guys, let's get more news about Miami Heat, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Recap/analysis: Tidjane Salaün scores 15 in win over Heat. The Hornets got off to a relatively slow start and let the Heat take an early lead. The tide started to turn when Hornets subs entered the game. They ended the first quarter with a flurry as LaMelo Ball and Seth Curry alternated 5 three-point shots to give the Hornets an edge heading into quarter two. Tre Mann backed up his strong preseason debut with a good second quarter in which he attacked the basket and created looks for himself off the dribble. The teams went back and forth in a relatively uneventful second quarter, and the Heat led by 4. The Heat went to the bench for the second half while the Hornets kept their same lineup minus Josh Green. The teams played another ho-hum quarter until the deeper benches came in. Tidjane Salaün hit 3 threes and scored 10 points in the final few minutes of the quarter. The Hornets went into the fourth up by 6. The final period was played by mostly back-of-the-roster guys and rookies. He made for sloppy basketball with lots of turnovers, blocked shots, and fouls. The Heat narrowed the gap, but Salaün hit another 3 to temporarily help stem the tide. The Heat briefly took the lead late, but Salaün hit a long 2-point jumper and Daquan Jeffries had a steal and slam to give Charlotte the lead for good. Moussa Diabate sealed the win with a block and a free throw. If the growth we saw between Summer League and preseason is suggestive of his career arc, the Hornets got themselves a player in Tidjane Salaün. He's far from a finished product, but the development in just a couple of months is noticeable. His handle is tighter, he plays more under control, and the three-point shots are going in. He hit 4 triples, including 2 in which he created space for himself by using his shoulder to nudge away his defender and pulling up without the need for a dribble. He added 8 rebounds and 3 assists as well. It's just preseason, but he's definitely produced more than I think people expected at this point. It was also really cool to see his teammates hyping up while he was doing his post-game interview on the court. Tre Mann has looked really strong in the first 2 preseason games. The throwback style seems to have given him a swagger boost. He's been more aggressive attacking the basket than we saw last season. He even scored on Jimmy Butler one-on-one a couple of times. This version of Mann can be a huge boost for the Hornets off the bench. LaMelo Ball had another very good game. He got hot from deep in the first half and did his usual stat stuffing. He finished with a team-high +19+-, and that's not a coincidence. Charles Lee talked about wanting to see more defensive competitiveness from LaMelo. He seems to have bought in so far. He fought through a screen and forced a jump ball, which he won. That's not a play we've seen much from him over the years. I thought KJ Simpson had some nice moments. He made a couple of standout defensive plays and did a good job getting to the line. The Hornets attempted 51 threes out of their 92 shot attempts. That's inevitably going to lead some cold nights, but it's also going to allow the team chances to get hot and run away with games. It's a welcome sight after watching the team struggle to get spot-up looks last season while favoring unproductive drives into traffic. Hornets coach Charles Lee perfectly sums up LaMelo Ball's performance versus Heat. The Charlotte Hornets captured their first preseason victory under their rookie head coach Charles Lee, beating the Miami Heat 111-108. Lee made sure to give his franchise player his props after his strong game. On top of being a two-way player, I've also loved the way he's been able to play with the ball in his hands and off the ball. His improved running habits off the ball, getting some more catch-and-shoot threes, and trusting his teammates. We talked about pick and rolls, and can we hit the seam a little more? Though tonight we hit them a couple times and got wide-open threes. His overall growth and development and trust in all the guys will continue to grow. Despite only playing 23 minutes, LaMelo Ball poured in 24 points and shot 6-12 from deep. A lot of those were easy, catch-and-shoot opportunities as Coach Lee mentioned. With the attention that Brandon Miller and Miles Bridges can draw, Ball has been able to spring open in the three-point area. That should be a recurring trend throughout the regular season if everyone is able to stay healthy and available. Expanding less energy on always being on the ball and creating for others should help keep the Hornets' guard fresh during games and in the fray of the season. It helps to have a former all-star caliber point guard at your disposal as a player or coach. Kemba Walker's impact is already paying dividends for Hornets player already, according to Miles Bridges. "It's great just hearing a veteran voice that I heard my rookie year. It's good," Bridges said. "And he knows basketball. Him just talking to Melo is big for him since he's been there before." Bridges' rookie year was Walker's last year with the Charlotte Hornets in the 2018-19 season. So Bridges not only knows what Walker is about after sharing a locker room with him, but learned a lot from one of the better veteran guards at that time. Hearing that a productive player is already pouring into Charlotte's current franchise guard is an underrated resource for this young team. The Hornets have 3 more preseason games remaining on the road after playing their first 2 at home in the Spectrum Center. The team is still meshing and learning Lee's system. Being able to roll the starters out for around 20 to 25 minutes per game is the perfect way to do that for guys like Ball, Miller, and Bridges to continue to play and adjust to any kinks that may need to be ironed out. For example, they still need to do a better job taking care of the basketball since they had 21 turnovers versus Miami. Due to all the injuries a season ago, it's still relatively new for some of these guys to play extended minutes with each other in live game competitions. With all the games coming on the road too, it'll be a good way to see how the guys play in a hostile environment after 2 entertaining home matchups against Eastern Conference foes. 3 reasons why the Miami Heat should trade Zach LaVine. Over the summer, the Bulls moved away from their underperforming core, trading Alex Caruso to the Oklahoma City Thunder and sending DeMar DeRozan to the Sacramento Kings. Now, according to multiple sources, the team is eager to move Zach LaVine's substantial contract and take steps to overhaul its budget. If the Miami Heat are smart, they will seriously consider trading LaVine. If they want to maximize their chances of short-term success, their main focus should be acquiring a carry scorer who can ease the burden on their players. The ideal candidate would have the ability to stretch the defense with accurate perimeter shooting. Zach LaVine fits that description perfectly. Zach LaVine's natural athleticism sets him apart from other NBA players. He moves quickly and effortlessly on the court. He has exceptional functional strength, vertical jumping ability, agility, balance, endurance, and quick reflexes. LaVine's style of play combines a high level of ball handling with accurate shooting skills, making him an incredibly versatile offensive threat. Theoretically, LaVine would be a great secondary scorer. While LaVine has never been a great defender, he could be an explosive addition off the bench. LaVine is averaging 24.9 points, 4.7 rebounds, and 4.4 assists on 47.7% shooting from the field and 38.7% from long range. He is a 2-time All-Star and possesses the intelligence of a seasoned veteran. Not only does he make a lot of shots, he knows when to make them. According to Dan Woik, an unspecified executive from a conference team believes the Miami Heat should renew their interest in LaVine. Here was the gist of the proposal: LaVine could be signed simply by matching the money owed to him, taking the Bulls on a contract that will likely last through 2027 and cost the team $138 million. This would allow the Miami Heat to maintain their draft assets for a future deal or the inevitable rebuild. Realistically, LaVine won't come easy. Giving up key players, which could affect the depth chart. That said, LaVine is costing the Bulls $43 million this year, with $137 million remaining to be paid over the next 3 years. The Bulls to handle their finances and effectively plan for the future, while also putting another weapon in the Miami Heat arsenal. And you, fan? What do you think of the situation of Zach LaVine? Leave your opinion in the comments.